So then welcome to the Parent Advocate Network. So this is July 1st, 2017, and we're here to discuss parental rights and education. And I actually have been doing some research for the parental rights booklets that I'm putting together, and I went to look at the Universal Human Rights Covenant and Agreement, which this is what I found, though. So this is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was adapted when the United Nations was formed. And Eleanor Roosevelt wrote it. But it was not adopted in the United States until 1992. And of all people, you believe it, it was President Bush who adopted it in 92. I can't, let's see, where is that? Right, now I can just share, there. So yeah, 1992. And I can scroll, can I scroll? I can scroll, sweet. So George Bush, April 1992, and then on June 8th, 1992, it was put in place in the United States. And so that is above and beyond any state or even federal laws. This is an international, this is a part of what they're looking at the International Tribunal, Human Rights Tribunal. These are the human rights, and since the U.S. I'm not sharing. I want to share it, and it's like, wait a minute here. So yeah, so this is what they're looking at for the Human Rights Tribunal, is what was adopted in 1992 by the United States and ratified. And I'm just looking into all of the different things, different rights, agreements, human rights agreements that the United States of America has agreed to, and a whole bunch of other countries have agreed to, and how they're not upholding this agreement to the people of the world, of the whole world. So it's a tragedy, and I want to be able to share this with the world, you know, with those little booklets, one state at a time. People are asking me right now what they can do to participate in this education project. And I was telling them about how at the Earthshift conference that I had that table there that you let me set up, and how I had the sign about the Coalition for the Protection of Children and Families, and then people were talking with me about that. That's how I got some information out. And so that's, you know, anywhere pretty much that you go, you can set up a table and talk and offer information, because I mean, that's part of our rights, is freedom of speech, First Amendment rights. So I just think it's more important every day. I keep on reading these stories from parents all over the country and all over the world, and how they're losing their parental rights and how they're losing their children. And one video I saw today was of a woman whose children are adopted out. The court never signed any document for them to be removed from her care. And she called the Attorney General's office in her state, and they told her there's nothing they were going to be able to do for her, because she didn't have money for a lawyer. And, you know, it's like, this is the state of affairs. Nobody wants to deal with this stuff anymore, or at all, for parents and for children. And it's crazy. Just, oh, I wish that things were simpler. I wish people would be able to have compassion and understanding, and want to help instead of harm others, through vengeance, through abuse of power, and all kinds of, you know, different ways that people lord over others and destroy other people's lives. It's just, and so, you know, I'm glad to see there are other people out there. I came to the meeting this morning. I was late though, and I guess you had taken off for a bit.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here to help. I can talk a little bit, and then I really I got to keep selling stuff here, keep working on that. So yeah, I was just listening to everything you were saying, and definitely human rights is a real thing, and I think it's just the consciousness level is the only thing keeping the mainstream population from experiencing a better world. Human rights, you know, all basically for everybody, all around the world, beyond diseases, beyond death, and abundance for all. Like, we are all divinely inheritance, you know, like we're all owed. Like, if the U.S. government took out $2 million bond on every American on average, we're owed that much. But then there's so much more. You know, we're all working on these humanitarian projects, you know, to heal the soils and plant trees, and to heal the oceans, and to bring back the village everywhere, activate community centers, create little micro businesses that bring in a better world in every way, from local to global. So definitely, like, these human rights, you know, things we find on the internet, it's all real. It's just about what story will people all believe together, and that we can then share with more people so that they believe it. So then it co-creates. More and more people are co-creating the same story or timeline, then it manifests. So, you know, this international tribunal, it's awesome, but it's like, okay, so we have one international tribunal for justice or whatnot, natural justice. That's wonderful. Now, can we scale it out? Can we establish a center in every continent? Can we establish centers then in every country, and then down to the state level, every state, down to every city level? That could go along well with the Bring Back the Village operation in every park on the planet in the next few months. The Jubilee will happen September 21 till November 11th. We can have parties in every park on the planet simultaneously. And part of that, you know, yes, people come together, they sing and they dance and they play and they laugh and they cry tears of joy. They get to know each other really well. You bring all your stuff and you do a really, really free market so people can come and grab what they need, want or desire. You do the potluck, community potluck. You do meditation stations and love jam, music fests, and everybody shares massages and healings and everything, their products and services with each other, and do little events with each other within the Carnival of Love blueprint that's on our website on www.thesource.network. So then you add in, the next level is like, once people come together, they start to vision together what their village could be. They create new bylaws that are like the people's platform, so that those things that they want come together in like a whole systems way. And community councils are formed in each area to make sure all those things happen. And then, you know, it'd be great to have a court, you know, like, all right, is there anything going on in your community that's not good? Bring it to this council, this court council or whatnot. And we'll have, you know, the community, you know, or the committee can hold court for it and come to the best solution that serves everyone in that situation. And there's better ways to deal with crime, even where we don't like shun people and lock them up for 50, 100 years. We don't charge them tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of dollars. We can do better than that, and we can include all types of people, even those that are, in a sense, criminals. Like are people too, just like Black people are, white people are, Asians are, just like Jews and Christians and Buddhists are, and Muslims, and just like short people and tall people are, and wealthy people and poor people, and all people are people, and we need to find a way to coexist, all of us. And there is that level of if there's a danger, then we need to find a solution where how we can deal with that danger without violating their human rights. We could do that on the community, local level. Everybody through and through on the local level. They're your neighbors. Literally, everybody's outside playing all day, every day, and coming together for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this neighbor has a fall from grace. We notice, all of us notice, and we bring them into council. We put them in the center of the room, and we just love them up. We sing them their song, their birth song, and we tone their name, over and over and over. And we affirm affirmations to them over and over and over. The whole community, all as one. We just use solfeggio frequencies, and we meditate together, and we all hold our hearts, and we do heart shares with this individual, and we thank them, and we honor them, and we say we love you and thank you, and sorry, and please forgive me, and you're forgiven, you're forgiven, you're forgiven. And all the tools that we've all gathered along the way, we touch them, we massage them, we love them up in every way. The whole community comes together and does this. And there's a process of healing that this individual goes through. And then from there, we just keep an eye, we keep a checkup on how they're doing, and if they're safe to be around certain types of people or certain types of resources. And then there's always safe spaces we can place people, different types of people. We can always find a safe space where we can really treat them the best we can, and whatnot. We're going to need that for some of these wealthy elites. We're going to need retreat centers all around the planet for them.
Timeouts. They need timeouts.
Timeouts. Indeed. So just a little flow there, and super supportive. It's all about the children. Every single human being is a child of the Mother Earth, made of the matter that Earth is. The earth, wind, water, fire, and heart elements all come together, and of the Spirit. The Spirit flows through us. We're of the Father and the Mother, Father Sky or Sun, and Mother Earth or whatnot. And, we're all one. So when one is harmed, all are harmed, law of one. And so therefore, we just need to bring it back to local, bring it back to the family model, community model, where every family is with every family all the time, and living together, working together, and playing together in community, and sharing, co-creating, cooperating in every way, and creating this infinite abundance on the community level, and infinite health, perfect health, is like the high standard that we all hold in our villages, and really great housing, shelter, sustainable resource use, clothing for all, and healthy food and clean drinking water for all. When one is harmed, all are harmed. And divine education, we're there to educate all of the children in our community, and free energy, let's use the best energy solutions that are out there, and happiness and spirit. Let's like always be infusing happiness and spirit in every way in our communities. And we bring all the families together in the village, and we just live in this way, and all the children can play and run freely and do whatever, and the elders can sit around and just take it all in, and the of age worker types can do what they love to do, their passions, their purpose, for the greatest good of the community. There's only about 10 or 12 jobs really in this village model, And it's abundance jobs, it's energy jobs, it's building jobs, it's food jobs, water jobs, education jobs, um, happiness jobs, spirit jobs, resources or clothing jobs. Uh, and then there's honoring life jobs and honoring earth jobs, and whatnot. And it's so simple, and each person does 10 hours of work a week, and for the greatest good. It's their passion, so nobody has any problem with that. We create so much abundance of art and music and culture and Renaissance age, sort of reality that we need to like share it. It's overflowing, so we need to share it with the communities around us, and then also the communities around us. If they can't compete any longer, they either join us or they create this model themselves, and the whole world fractals out like that. So we don't really need courts. We don't need teachers, lawyers, accountants. We don't really need parents in the new, and that's something that a lot of parents are going through. A lot of these star seeds are coming in as divine creators, and their journey is just as perfect as our journey. So, this sovereign beingness is a time in which we find it within ourselves, the connection to source and connection to a mother, and to walk the earth in a sacred way. It's providing karmic experiences for everybody until we're done with those karmic experiences. And then everything manifests as miracles and magic, and it's heaven on earth. So, yeah.
Yes, and when one is helped, all are helped, right, Doran? Thank you.
Indeed. So I'm going to mute out now if you want to continue.
Sweet, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that was amazing, Doran. You did a lot of major expression there of a whole bunch of different topics, which is great. We need to be talking about working together as families again. There's still cultures around the world where the family unit, everybody lives together in the same household, and everybody takes time for family time, time for self-care, and also time to do the jobs that are necessary to keep the house clean and to keep the bills paid. And, a lot of what we have in America and in some countries around the world is a complete dissociation with family units where parents are having children with people that they can't even live with, can't even stand, and end up divorcing shortly after a child is born. And then there's a whole bunch of custody battles over the baby that they had together, and nobody can come to an agreement because everybody's in a state of anger and hatred. And this is just more of the same destructive behavior that we want to convert to constructive behavior. There is a serious lack in the world today of even learning parenting skills in school. I remember when I was in high school, actually middle school, that we had parenting home ec, and it was both the boys and the girls in the classroom, and we would get a partner that we would work with for a month, and we would get a baby that we would have to carry with us to every classroom, and we would have to learn skills of parenting. And this is no longer the case in many schools around the country, if not around the world today. And, there's like a total lack of preparing young adults to become parents. And, there's when a baby is born, that baby needs to be cared for and raised and nurtured in a way that's going to help them become a strong and competent and caring adult. And we need more of that in the world, I believe. And I hope that we can discuss some of the reintegrations of education surrounding parenting in high school and in middle school, because I think it's an extremely important piece in educating the youth who are going to be parents when they grow up, when they graduate from college, some of them even when they graduate from high school. Some of them are even parents before they graduate from high school. So, you know, it's like we see and hear about the sex education that happens early on in schooling in the public education system, but we do not see or hear about early education in parenting. And so I believe that's a really important piece for us to bring back into the education system. Well, it doesn't seem like anybody is going to be participating tonight, and I would like to be able to share more with all of you regarding our rights as adults. Although, you know, I think there is a difference between being an adult and being responsible. Like, as an adult, you are responsible sometimes and sometimes you're not. But as a parent, you need to be responsible for things, even if you don't want to be in the adult role. There are still things that we have to take responsibility for in caring for a child. That doesn't mean that we can't play. I mean, that's totally not a part of being a parent. Being a parent is being able to play with your children, being able to learn with your children, because children have a lot to teach us as well as we have to teach them. And it is always vital for us to be able to listen to our children, because then we are showing an interest in what they have to say, and that gives them the incentive to be able to express themselves, but not only that, to be able to listen to what we have to say. It is a reciprocity of information, and it also builds respect between a parent and a child. And, you know, there's right now a serious lack of respect in a lot of areas of the community life that we want to bring back. We want to bring back the respect for elders, and bring back the respect for Mother Earth, and bring back respect. And part of bringing back respect is showing respect to our children and to our elders. But I hope that you all participate in helping us create a better world of respect and love and care for family, bringing families better together, and for families and communities to be able to work together. Because when families work together in the communities, we are able to create a better environment for all of the children to live and grow together in. And, you know, there's a serious disconnect in the world today in communities and local community structuring. And we want to bring that back. We want parents and families to not be afraid to go out and express themselves and become friends with others. And this is just another part of bringing family back, bringing respect back. And I would like to say that I hope everybody has a happy 4th of July weekend. And I know that it is difficult in holidays for people to come to this meeting, or any meeting for that matter, when they have so much other work to attend to. And I ask that you invite you all to please come to the Coalition for the Protection of Children and Families. We have a Facebook group that now is over 1,200 members strong. Yay! Can you believe it? And we are continuing along. There is a lot of different projects going on, different parents all across the country doing work, rallying and protests, speaking up at courts, and speaking out in marches. There's going to be the Million Parent March this September in Washington, D.C. There's also been talk about other marches going on during that week all across the country, and I hope that you can participate in one of these marches, and I hope to speak to you soon. So again, the site is coalitionforprotection.com. That's the number 4, protection.com. And we are busily working on a state-by-state parental rights booklets that will be available as soon as they are published. Thank you very much, and have a great 4th of July weekend.